What does it mean for you to be Rangers manager?
Oh, it's obviously a big challenge. There's no doubt about that. I think if anyone's seen the side of late, the last 3 or 4 months, will know it's a big challenge. But ultimately, it's a massive opportunity. Great honour and privilege to be invited to come in and try to help the club at this moment in time, and something I'm really looking forward to.
Tell us about your day so far, because I believe you've been in, you've met the players and you've had a training session.
Yeah, I mean, I know normally they have a Thursday off, but I think, you know, the aim for us this season is to get out of this league, and the quicker we can try to get down to it and get into training, the better. So, a bit difficult for the boys today, because I think they got a group text about 11:30 to tell them to get in for 2:30, and the lads that live in Edinburgh might have been a bit difficult for them. But they got here, as you would expect, when a new face is in the door, had a meeting, set a few things out, went out and trained in the lovely rain there, but you know, fantastic training facilities here, and had a good session. So really enjoyed it. And then just to cap it off, the under-20s beat Ross County 6-1, so we got off to a good start there. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Personally, from me, great to get back out on the grass on the coaching field, and we just look forward to progressing.
How big a job do you have in your hands here?
I think I've got 1,000,001 text messages wishing me good luck, and I think I'll need them all. But I think you only have to look at the quality of the squad in there. I spoke to the players today. They're under no illusions, and we're all under no illusions. We've underperformed this season for whatever reason. But there is enough quality in that dressing room to be better than what we've done. Football can change so quickly and be a couple of results. There's no magic formula, there's no magic pill for confidence, and obviously that's severely lacking at this moment in time. But listen, a new voice, whatever it may be, it can give certain players a spark. People that thought they weren't getting a chance. But I did say them today, I'm not going to be a manager and say everyone will get a chance, because if we go out on Saturday and win a couple of goals, and then we win again, then it'll be same 11 all the time. But obviously that's not going to happen. But their main aim should be now turning things around. I think there's 12 boys out of contract, and they might be uncertain. But the message to them and to everyone is, go win yourself a contract. You know, be there at the end of the season, going round a full Ibrox to cheers and want to stay out there, rather than hurtling down the tunnel as quick as you can because you're getting booed off. But it's still in their hands. It's in our hands. It's an opportunity to. We need to improve. We know that hugely, but I certainly believe we can do that.
You've got the job until the end of the season. Ultimately, would you like to have it longer term?
Yeah. I think it's, as we said to the players today, regarding them playing for their futures and new contracts, then, you know, me and Kenny are in the same boat. We're under no illusions. We're here for the short term, but we've got an opportunity to put us mark in. If we can do well, then who knows what happens in the future. But yeah, obviously, you know, I've only been in the door a minute, and you know the size of the place alone, but really enjoyed being back out on the training ground, and there's a good group of players here. They just need a little bit of confidence, a little bit of belief, a little bit of guidance, and hopefully they can start playing like we all know they can.
Stuart, can this team, is it capable of getting promotion?
Yeah, it's got to be. Obviously playing like they have. I think since the defeat at Hearts in November, when you know Rangers could have gone 3 points just behind Hearts. Hearts have then gone on, soared, and unfortunately the performances and the results here have obviously slid down. So it's a big job to get everyone back playing, back confidence. It's a big word in football, confidence, but it's like any walk of life. You know, if you're doing things with confidence, you do things better. You put a yard, the people say, oh, they don't look fit, or they don't look that, and see, you're playing with confidence, you look a yard quicker, you move quicker, and it just takes a couple of results to turn things around. Off the park, things look to be going great now. I've always said it's important to get Rangers-minded people on the board. I don't think it's imperative you have a Rangers-minded person or ex-Rangers player managing the team, not for 1 minute. But I certainly think for this short term, I think somebody that knows the league, knows the players, knows Scottish football, was probably the right choice.
And in terms of the two guys who have been in this job before you, do you have any plans, or have you spoken to Alan McCall and Kenny McDowell?
I spoke to Kenny at length this morning. I've not spoken to Coisties yet, but I will certainly, in the next couple of days, have a meet up and just, you know, talk about certain things. They can help me with certain things, what they see. Obviously, at the end, in an ideal world, you'd want to go into a club pre-season. You get 4 weeks with the players, you can work on tactics, formations, get to know them. Obviously, we've not got that luxury. We've got to hit the ground running. We've got 2 big home games coming up. The supporters will be there. The supporters don't want to come and boo and criticise. They want to get behind the team. This club's been kicked for too long. And it's now, we've got to... Yeah, Hearts have been outstanding and they'll win the league, there's no doubt, obviously. Hibs are on a great run at the moment, and Falkirk and Queen of the South have showed what a good side they are. It's now our turn. We need to flip this round. There's still enough games to do it, and we've got to believe, and everyone in that dressing room and everyone that goes out on that park has got to believe this can still be a successful season. They've had back-to-back promotions, go make it a third.
Stuart, you spoke there about having the Rangers-minded men on the board. How important was the new regime coming in your decision?
No, I've got to be honest, yeah, I take your point. I don't think I'd have been offered the job if the new regime hadn't been in. And I don't think, I wouldn't have been here if the new regime hadn't been in. I had a chat with John Gilligan yesterday and Paul Murray late last night. But it was a whirlwind. Even when this story was breaking yesterday and it got tweeted out, I mean, I know it sounds crazy. I'd done a training session today, met the players. I'd not even seen my contract. You know what I mean? So I think I'm actually paying to be here, but that's how good my agent is. But no, I'm delighted for the people that are in charge of the club because I know how much it means to them. I'm delighted for the supporters because that's what they want. You want people in it. Now, it doesn't mean it's necessarily to say the people on the board are going to be great successes, but it means that whatever they'll be doing, it'll be for the good of the club, and that can only be good.
And you're bringing Kenny Black in as your assistant?
Yeah, Kenny's give the lads an hour warm-up today, which they enjoyed. But Kenny's his knowledge of football, his coaching, everything about him is top draw. And again, I gave him a call yesterday at 2:30 that there might be an opportunity of coming in here. And certainly, you know, that, again, I'm not signed my contract till about 10 minutes ago there. And straight away he says, I'll go up to the Livingston Hibs game. So he drove from Sheffield at 2:30 and we're up watching the game. That sort of type of person he is. And he's delighted, like myself, just to be back involved. But obviously at Rangers.
Is it spell the end for your time at Scotland?
No, I spoke to Gordon at length yesterday about 6:30. And it was fantastic. You know, he picked the phone up. I think he just finished his last game of golf in Spain, and he says, I take it's the Rangers' job, and I explained the situation. Obviously, the game coming up, Northern Ireland, Gibraltar, I won't be involved for that, but I'm sure Gordon will be making a statement next week when he names the squad and a bit more. But again, my contract here will finish in the summer if I don't get offered another one. And there might be an opportunity to work with Scotland. But again, I'm sure Gordon will speak about that.
Sure, if you do stay here long term, would it be feasible to work for both Rangers and Scotland? Would it be practically, would you be able to do it?
I would doubt it. I would doubt it. I think obviously Peter Houston did it under United. I did it at Motherwell, and I definitely thought it helped me and aided me. Certainly working with a coach like Gordon and learning off him. But I think Rangers is a different ball game, and if that was the case. But again, there's a lot of old cliches here. Water to run under the bridge before then. We'll just have to take game by game, and hopefully, come the end of it, we're in a position where we can sit down and I'll have that decision to make.
You mentioned the need to instill confidence in this squad. How do you go about doing that?
Good question. As I said, there's no tablet, there's no magic in, but you've just got to get back people trying to do what they're good at. I seen Nicky Law today in training 3 or 4 times do what he's good at. Go past people, score goals. Boyd did the same, Kenny Miller. And it's easy to say, throw the shackles off and go play with no fear. But when you're confident high and the results aren't great and the level of quality that you're producing is not good, it is difficult. But you've got to stand up and be counted. And if you can't do it, then somebody else will come in and try to do it. So, but all it can happen is that you go and do it for yourself. You build it. It might be a good pass, it might be a goal, it might be something that sparks you, the crowd lift you. I think what's happened in past years, as we're going back to my own experiences, even at Rangers when we were successful, you'd go through bad spells, but you'd always have 6 or 7 other guys who were doing well and pull you through it. Unfortunately, this season, or certainly in the last few months, you're looking round and you're thinking, and the players are the first to admit, we've had a long chat today, I don't think any one of them could stand up here and say consistently they perform well. So that doesn't help. But we need a few leaders We need a few leaders to emerge, and we need people just to get back to showing the form that we know they're capable of.
What would the message be to the Rangers fans, especially maybe those who have been swithering about whether or not to come back because they've not enjoyed the football? What would your message be to them?
Listen, I can't ask any more from the Rangers supporters that they've given this season and given since, you know, they've been down to the bottom tier. You know, to get 40-odd thousand when they were in Division 3 was incredible. They followed the team, and we know a lot of the performances this season haven't been good enough, but they've still turned out, they're still there. All I would say is, as much as we've got to try to put a belief into players and win the trust back really of the supporters, that they come along, we'll do his best, we'll give everything we've got, great idealistic would be to play fantastic flowing football. First and foremost, we need to get a couple of wins under his belt to build that confidence. But if you're coming along, you know, and we want you there in your numbers, we know you will be there. I think it's not what they have got to do for us. I think it's what us as a team and a group have got to do for the fans. We need to show them something on the park that they get excited about and they believe in it. We need them to believe that this season can still be a success.
Stuart, if you don't get promoted, would you reckon long term you wouldn't be here? If the board told you must get promotion this season if you have to stay here long term?
No, I think it's a good question, because I think that was my first question. Well, what do they deem as a success? For example, you could turn things around slightly, get to the playoff final, get your goalie sent off in 5 minutes, lose on penalty kicks. It could be such a thin line, as we know, between success and failure. I think success will be if we can start putting results together, start getting a bit of belief in everyone, you know, smiles on faces, and turn things around. But again, that won't be my decision. But I want them players to be winners, and all the way we can do that is go out on the park, win games, get into them playoffs, and get through and get out of this league.
How big an issue is momentum just now? Because Hibs, Falkirk and Tillicet, Queen of the South and Hearts have that.
Yeah.
Rangers don't. What do you do?
Yeah, 1 game, 2 games can change it. Football can be changed so quickly. It can spin round. I only have to look back to my time at Motherwell, even going back to last season. We got knocked out of the Cup by Albion Rovers. We get beat at home by Celtic 5-0. And we went and then won 6 games on the bounce, which the club's never done in its history. Football can change so quickly. And once you get that momentum, which we've not got at the moment, but once we get that, and hopefully with the board, with the supporters backing you, a new face or a new voice on the training pitch, a new belief from the players. But we can speak all day about this and we can talk. It's got to be done on the park. I've got to do my job and organise and do the best I can do and try to do what I'm strong at and what my strengths are, which is trying to get the best out of the players. Players have then got to turn up and play. And if they do, there's no doubt the supporters will follow.
Stuart, you've said bringing in your assistant. What about Ian Duran and Lunduri? Is there any decision in there?
Not at this moment in time. It's obviously I've had a good chat with Gordon and Jim. Ian's been out doing the 20, so I've not had a chance to speak to Ian yet. But obviously in the fullness of time, that's a decision we'll have. I'll have to see what they're thinking themselves. Obviously Gordon was involved with the younger ones, the 20s. Ian's gone down there. I actually saw an interview that Ian had on Rangers TV the other night saying how much he's enjoying it. So it's a discussion I'll have with them, and that'll be made soon, obviously. I'm just in the door. We've had 1,000,001 things to do. As you can see, I can't get a top that fits me, but that's life.